Blox Fruit has added the soul fruit to the game, and I decided to buy it. So today we're gonna check it out in its full, except for the final ability, because I don't have that one yet. So no nonsense, let's jump into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the soul fruit is in the game, and you can spawn your little buddies there if you would desire so. And this fruit is all based around manipulating the environment, manipulating your enemies in a way, not really manipulating them, but you snatch souls from them and then use them against the enemies. So in a sense, yes, it's a very versatile and high tier fruit, so I'm excited to show it off to you guys today. Beyond that, we have some stuff new to the game. So for example, the Christmas event is enabled. All right, so there's a bunch of NPCs that are added to all the seas where you can get limited items like the elf hat, Santa hat, Christmas ship. That's really interesting, and you can still get those, so get those while you can. You can get a double XP boost, which, I mean, if you're training and grinding, that's really convenient. There's a stat refund, race reroll, and in the second and third sea, you can get fragments. I don't know what you do with fragments, but you can only get that in the second and third sea, so not for me, sadly. Then the level cap has been increased to 2200. A new island has been added, the Peanut Land, so you can go there once you're around level 2075. So that's why the level cap has been increased as well. Also, another new island has been added, which is the Ice Cream Land. So go and check that out. I'm not there yet, so I can't show it off, sadly. However, what I can show off today is the added high tier fruit, the soul fruit. I'll get into all the details here. I won't read everything, but it is really cool. Also, sand can be awakened now. So check that out if you have sand and you are high enough level to awaken it. And then a new sword got added, which is the buddy sword. So a lot of content to dive into, but sadly, I only have soul to show off for you today, and that's probably why you're here, since the title is somewhat based around that. Okay, so soul has a total of 5 moves. Sadly, it can only show off 4 because I'm not mastery 350 yet. Along with that, it has a few auto attacks and a passive meter that goes to red or blue depending on which moves you use. So that's a really cool little mechanic it has, and everything revolves around these 2 buddies that you spawn next to you. These will even stay if you deactivate the fruit. So be aware of that. You can like have them next to you. They won't really do anything, but they're there. They will always be there. So, you know, if you feel lonely in Blox Fruit, get this fruit because you'll have 2 buddies besides you at all times. Okay, but to test this out, I kind of want to go into combat. So let's go into Fishman Village because that's where I'm currently leveling. And let's just try and take out these guys. So first, the auto attack. You don't really have a sword or anything to use against whoever you're fighting, but instead you can click anywhere in the environment. So just to test it out, I'm gonna put one over there. That thing heals me. So you have 3 variants that you can place down, except it is completely random when you click. And there you go. That's the second one, a tree that will bind your enemies in place. It won't do a lot of damage, but as you can see, it will stop him right in his tracks when I want to. However, I need souls to actually place down these buddy boys over here. And right now I don't have any souls. So you might wonder, like, how do you get souls with the soul fruit? Well, that is where the first move comes in that you have at all times, which is Soul Snatcher. So if you use Soul Snatcher, you will do a crap ton of damage, and then I get 1 soul. So the cooldown is pretty significant, but it's not as high as a lot of other ones. But every time I use that move, I get a soul. And then once you kill someone with the soul fruit, you will get an additional soul. So as you see, I just went from 2 to 4 because I used Soul Snatcher, and Soul Snatcher killed the opponents. So that gave me 4 souls in total right now. So let's see if I can get the third variant. So there's the tree again, there's the lollipop again, and then there is the third one, which is the flower. The flower releases a poisonous gas. So you have a healing, an AoE damage ability, and then a root. So these are not that great in PvP, I've heard, because it's very easy to dodge the poison, and you can just air camp to avoid getting rooted. But it's really good for grinding though, because you can just place them down and it will just keep doing things while you just chill. So I'm just gonna grab another soul with that. Now, you might wonder, what is that bar about, the blue and the red one? I already sort of said it earlier, but you have 2 moves here that you unlock later in the game. So first you only have Wrath of Ra, and then you have Outraged Majin. So if you wanted to go to the blue side, you need to use Wrath of Ra. So every time you use that, the bar will shift towards the left. And that like completely nuked my opponent. But with that, your cloud changes from like somber to kind of happy, and the sun is also happy. If it's in the middle, it will be kind of split. As soon as the bar is tilted towards one side, that's one appearance. So in total, this quirk has 3 appearances. Now for Outraged Majin, it's a little different because the bar will go to the red. However, now it first needs to go to the middle and then to the right side. So let's use Outraged Majin. What Outraged Majin does is like creating a sort of a thunderstorm and a black field around the enemy. Okay, and here's the second appearance that you get from Outraged Majin. So as you can see, the bar's all the way on the right side in the red area, and now the cloud will become huge and kind of like menacing looking, and the sun also looks very evil. So that is sort of what you get from that. And now besides looks, what does it actually do to have your bar on one side and to have these appearances? Well, the last move is dependent on whether you're on blue or red. So you will have 2 different moves as your ultimate ability dependent on how your souls are used. I don't know how that move looks yet because I haven't unlocked it yet, but I'll come back to that later, I suppose, once I have the fruit maxed out or at least level 350. Now there is one more move that I can show off to you guys, which is Sky Ruler. So with Sky Ruler, you will fly, and the flying will be done on whichever buddy is the smallest, or well, dependent on where your bar is rather. So if it's on red, you will fly on your sun. If it's on blue, you will fly on your cloud. So nice little touches there from the dev team, honestly. I think they put a lot of effort into this fruit, and that makes it so cool to use. So Sky Ruler is kind of up there with the fastest flying fruit. It's not as fast as Light, obviously, but it is around like Dragon speed, or I think there's a few others that are about the same speed. So it's not the fastest, but it is fast. Now let's see Outraged Majin, but as its full form. So as you can see, you will spawn like thunderstorms, and I think the AoE will increase once you're on the red side of the bar. But then Wrath of Ra also still works. I like Wrath of Ra a lot because it's like a complete nuke of the enemy. And once you get on the side you're on, you will basically always be on that side, even if you use the X move. Because when that move is on cooldown, the other move will spawn again and you'll just keep being on the side you want to be on. Beyond that, Soul Snatcher does not really influence like where your bar is. Oh, and a good thing to know with Soul Snatcher is that you actually kind of need to aim it properly. With the X ability, Wrath of Ra, I recommend being up in the air to use it. That way you hit it more accurately. And actually, same with Soul Snatcher. Those are the best ways to use it. With Outraged Majin, it doesn't really matter as long as you're somewhat close to your enemy, because Outraged Majin does kind of have a short range. Wrath of Ra does not. As you can see, that went really far. You just need to hold down the button. But with Outraged Majin, if you hold down the button, it does not really do anything. It does have a big AoE though, so you will hit whoever you're targeting if you're somewhat close. And there we go, and then we soul snatch both of them, and I got a total of 6 souls. By the way, the max amount of souls you can have on you is 9. So once you have 9, no need to save up, just place them all down and gather some new souls. So that is basically what your battlefield will look like if you just spam souls. Another good thing to note is that the lollipops that give you health, it's not that much health, but the health they do give travels all across the map, so you can go anywhere you want when you have these placed down. They will obviously despawn at some point. There you go, they just despawned. But it will go anywhere on the map, so you can just travel as far away as you want and you'll still get the health regen. Another thing to note with this fruit is that once you place something down, it can't be damaged. They will always be there. They can't be removed, except for that they despawn. So they will just be there for a certain amount of time. You can't do anything about it, and then they will despawn eventually. Okay, now an interesting thing we should probably check out is the new gear, the new elf stuff that you can get. Okay, we have arrived at our destination, Middletown. So over here in the town square of Middletown, you will be able to go to Santa Claus. I like the little word pun they did there with the name. But yeah, you need to collect candies, and with these candies that you can get from just defeating enemies, any enemy will give you candies. I think bosses are guaranteed candy rather than regular enemies who give you a chance of getting candies. Now you can purchase like the sleigh if you want for 1,000 candies. I don't have that yet. The Santa hat for 500 candies, and then the elf hat for 250 candies. I don't really mind. I don't know how long that is going to be there. But the elf hat... Oh, my Tomo ring just got stored. First, I have to unequip the thing. Okay, so this is the elf hat. It's very small. So the elf hat gives you 20% faster running speed. So you become faster with it. You get 10% more damage from fighting styles and sword attacks, and you get a minus 5% cooldown reduction on fighting style and sword attacks. So if you're a fighting style user or a sword user, then this will come in very handy. I don't know why I bought it then, but it was to show it off, I suppose. Then we also still have the magic elf over here. So you can go over to his shop and you can still get 2 times XP and stat refunds and race rerolls as well. I don't know if I should do a race reroll. I don't actually know what my current race is. I think just regular human, but who knows. So with that being said, I'm gonna end the video here. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know with a like rating down below. Make sure you're subscribed, which you can do right over there. Like 90% of you guys are not subscribed, and that kind of hurts my feelings. So if you want to help me reach 100,000 subscribers, then make sure to click that button so you don't miss any videos in the future when they come out. Check out the videos over there as well. I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it. If you enjoyed this one, I'll see you hopefully in the next one. See you guys later. Bye-bye.